Hi everyone, and welcome to Fine Motor Activities with Kim. I'm Kim Griffin, occupational therapist from Griffin Occupational Therapy. I am looking forward to today because we're going to be decorating our masks. But before we do that, let's get our leg circles out of the way and then we'll sit down and we'll get started. Okay everyone, let's get going with our leg circles. So you should know the first bit by now because we've done the same thing the last 2 days. We're going to do a whole leg around and then our leg's going to come back in this way. And then let's change legs. Let's see how many you can do. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll have a rest. And I'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. And then our challenge today, we're going to try. Do you remember when we did our arm circles? We did our elbows, which was this bit in the middle. So in our leg, we've got this bit in the middle, which is called our knee. So I want to see if everyone can stand on one foot, lift their leg up, and just move their knee around. That's it. And then try and go the other way. Again, if you're finding it really tricky to balance, hold on to the wall. Let's do the other leg. And I just want to see if your knee can move around and then move it around the other way. Well done. Let's try the other leg one more time. So we're going to do our knee around and back the other way. And then let's do the other leg around just with your knee and then the other way. Well done. Our learning objective today is that you'll be able to cut out a shape that has got different curves on it. So this morning we're going to make our P's again, and what we're going to do is 5 with one hand and 5 with the other hand. So hopefully you remember from yesterday, we are trying to just use our Peter pointer and our thumb, but if you need to use your middle finger and your Peter pointer and your thumb, that's okay. And if making P's is too tricky and you need to make a sausage, that's okay as well. So let's get going. We're going to make 5 with our first hand. Get those ones out of the way so I don't count them. Roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. I've got 2. Roll. Roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. I'm going to make 1 sausage at the end just in case there's some of you want to make sausages instead. And then when I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to swap to the other hand. I'm going to make my P's. So we're going to try and do it with our Peter pointer and our thumb if we can. But it's okay if you need to use all 3. Or if you need to make sausages, that's okay as well. So hopefully you've got 5. If you haven't got 5 yet, you can pause the video until you've finished your 5 and then we'll move on to the next activity then when you're ready. So today we're going to continue to make our mask. Hopefully you've got your mask ready to go and nice and coloured in from yesterday. So you're going to need some scissors, and what we're going to do is cut around the outside edge. If you've done the chicken, there's also a line on the outside edge and you can cut around that. Then we're going to cut out the eyes, and if you're a bit little, you might need some help from adults to do that, and that's okay. But let's get started cutting the outside and then I'll show you how to do the eyes. So I've cut out my bunny mask. If you haven't quite finished yours yet, you can pause the video so that you've got it cut out, because the next thing we're going to do is cut out the eyes. So to cut out the eyes, the best way to do it is to take your bunny and do a little bit of a fold on the eye, and then take your scissors and do a little tiny snip. And what that will do is it will create a hole that your scissors can then pop into, and you can then cut really carefully around on the inside. Now, this is quite tricky, so if you're quite little, you might need mums and dads to help, or an adult to help you do this bit, because it is quite tricky. So it might even be your brother or sister can help you. So I'll show you that again. I'm going to do a little tiny bend. I'm going to do a little snip with my scissors, and then that makes a little tiny hole, and then I can put my scissors in that little tiny hole really carefully, and then I can cut around. So there's my bunny's eyes gone now. They are quite tricky to do, so it's absolutely okay if you've had some help. You can pause the video now if you're not finished cutting the eyes out, and then I'll show you the final step for your bunny mask. So the last thing I'm going to do with my bunny is use the paper that we used the other day and some glue, and I'm actually going to put some paper onto his ears. So I'm going to tear some little bits and put them onto his ears like we were doing the other day. So I'm going to tear, and I'm going to scrunch and tear. My fingers are getting a bit sticky, so this is a bit tricky. And tear and scrunch. So there's my finished bunny. I put a little bit of paper on his ears and on his nose just to make him look a little bit more decorated. I can't wait to see what you guys have done with yours. Doesn't matter if you're not finished, because I'm finished, but I did speed the video up a little bit. So if you're not finished, just keep going and then send me some pictures of what you've been up to. I'd love to see them. Thanks for joining today. I am going to leave you there, but if you're not finished, don't worry. You can just keep going whilst without me and get your masks finished. And then I'm really looking forward to seeing what they look like. Please do share them with me on social media so I can have a look at what they're like. Tomorrow, what you will need are the cut and fold worksheets that I have sent through. So hopefully mums and dads have been able to print them out. If not, you can trace over them. So just put them on an iPad and then trace over the shapes so you've got them ready to go. And then we can colour and cut and fold them together tomorrow.